Tusk. My guest today is Ciryc of Wasu'ran clan out of British Columbia. Thank you for taking the time to sit with me today.
Hi.
So, same question I asked everybody when they started. What got you into doing the Mandos?
I've really liked Star Wars for a long time. I think that's everyone's answer, obviously. The Mandos specifically. Okay, so that I'm definitely gonna have to blame my old regional commander, Zoph. He was a client of mine. I work as a hairstylist, and so he was a client of mine for so many years. And he always would kind of nudge me, like, "Hey, if you ever want to dress like a Star Wars, come check out an armor party." And then, yeah, finally one summer I did. So it was definitely, I know, right? Yeah. Yeah, it all started. He was like, come to this barbecue. It's a multi-club barbecue. Just come hang out, talk to people. And there was just some really awesome people there. So
you
actually,
got hooked with the barbecue. That
I
seems
did.
to be an
I did.
ongoing thing of, yeah, come to the barbecue. Check out what we do.
You don't have to join. Just come hang out with us. No big deal. Yeah, that's how he got me. And I think it was like the next week or something, I had Sintra and I was over at his place with a few other people at an armor party.
And so from that first introduction, about how long did it take before you earned your stripes?
Okay, so that was summer of 2016, and then by summer of 2017, I had my kit built. I did take a little bit of time off in the winter. It was hard to get together. I would say there's probably like a good few months where we just had a lot of trouble trying to find time to get together to work on stuff. So yeah, but it was yeah, or maybe it was about like 8 months or so, I feel like. Yeah.
And then, so that brought you into Wasu'ran clan. And I know that I'm going to assume some of it has to do with your color scheme, but you have a nickname that you've picked up from one of your clanmates' kids, which is you are the Mermando. So what's that? Tell us about that.
So what happened was my very first troop, that was August of 2017. So I got approved July 2017. So a month later in August, we had a troop. It was the New Westminster Food Truck Festival, and we only had a couple OMs that were able to make it. So one of our OMs, she lives a bit further south. So she actually messaged me to say that she could come up and join us. And I guess as she was getting ready, packing up her kit asked her if the Mermando was going to be there. So of course, when she joins us, she was like, by the way, this is my kid's name for you now. I had actually met that member at the previous Emerald City just a few months earlier in March of that same year. So, and that's actually where I met her kid as well.
Named the Mermando.
Named the Mermando. Yeah. I don't know if it's kit colors, hair color, a little bit of both, but yeah.
The happy attitude.
Yeah, that too.
So tell us, let's talk about Wasu'ran clan.
Mm-hmm.
How long have they been around?
So actually, when I got approved as Ciryc clan. So they're actually from Alberta. There wasn't enough members in BC. So BC didn't actually have a clan when I became official. There was a few of us. I think there was maybe about 5 of us at the time that were actually OM in BC. So we needed a few more. And then by the end of November, so this is all still 2017. So by end of November of 2017, we had actually got 2 more official members, and we were able to become a clan. So we were all sitting around. It was after Vancouver Fan Expo. We all get together for dinner. We're all sitting around and we're like, you know what, let's just do this. One of our OMs was like, cool, I'll be the Verilor. I don't know how I ended up the Alor'ad. I just did. I think it just happens. You just get appointed. Someone's like, that's your job now, and you just do it.
1, 2, 3, not it.
Pretty much. No, actually I love it. And then one of our other members, actually the same member whose kid named me the Mermando, she actually became our Rousselor. And so that was fantastic, right? We're all sitting at dinner. We figured out our officers right away. Sorry, my cat's going a little crazy. We figured out our officers right away. And kind of the neat thing as well is that our first 3 officers were all female. So that was actually really cool as well. So yeah, it's awesome, especially because I know it can be a little bit intimidating for women to get into these clubs. Just thinking it might be more male dominated, but it's really not. There's a lot of women in these clubs. I'm also part of the Ladies of the Legion, so very supportive group of women, helping women to build kits and just give completely unbiased judgment and critiques on our costumes.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
that is a good point that you touch upon, is that we do have, for some reason, people always think that costume clubs are going to be populated by, one term I've heard is basement dwellers,
Hmm.
but by guys, and we're not. We actually have, especially within the Mercs. I'm not as active as I used to be in the other legions, but within the Mercs, I know we have a very strong population of females and females in leadership roles.
Absolutely.
So, which is one of the things that I enjoy, is the fact that it's not the male ego-driven, whatever you want to call it. That we do have that diversity in our leadership, and because it does offer fresh perspectives, and it makes guys like me, I'm old and ancient, makes me think differently, and makes me actually stop and sit back and say, okay, I got to make sure I'm covering everybody. And
Hmm.
so I actually, one of the things I enjoyed most about this club. So kudos to you on having an all female leadership,
Thank
and actually
you.
having, like you were talking about, stepping forward for it, because a lot of ladies just don't want to. And so I'm glad that you can hopefully inspire more people to step forward.
Yeah.
So I know that sounded
Um,
really random, but
no, absolutely.
um,
Um, sorry,
you
my
were gonna
cat
say
just.
something. Oh, I see a
Oh yeah,
kitty.
I was just gonna say, we usually actually tend to have a Ladies of the Legion panel at our conventions, just because we think it is really important to show how many women are involved. And so I'm a multi-club member. I'm also part of the 501st as a TIE pilot. Um, and so yeah, we do these Ladies of the Legion panels, and it's great because we do get a lot of, we get women from all the different clubs. We have the 501st, Rebel Legion, Saber Guild, and Droid Builders. So I think there's, we get a really good diverse panel for the Ladies of the Legion. But it's great because like men and women both show up, but we get a lot of women that are there. They're like, oh my God, there's like a lot of women in these clubs. So yeah, that is really important.
And yeah, and like I said, I'm glad it's there to bring in more. The more people we have doing this, it's better for everybody.
Oh yeah,
So,
absolutely. Yeah, because I mean, we're all doing it for the same reasons. So yeah.
so let's get to that. Why do you do this? Why do you put on plastic spaceman or space person armor, and go troop in freezing cold or burning hot? And what's your motivation?
Originally it was because I just wanted to be in Star Wars. I just thought it was so fun. Okay, so I don't know, years and years ago, I would see like the 501st or the Mercs at a convention or at a parade, and I would just be so starstruck, like, oh my God, there's Darth Vader, and it was really cool. And then so that made me want to just become a part of that. I just thought that would be so much fun. I'm really into the expanded universe, and I always just thought it'd be just so amazing just to be part of that universe as well. Um, yeah, so I don't know. I just like that's kind of what started. I used to joke around actually that if I ever won the lottery, first thing I would do is I'd buy myself a set of TK armor. um, which I actually did buy at one point, but I just found there was a lot of alterations for it, and actually it was a really big, like it was after my Merc, but it was just a lot of building that I had never done before, so it was a lot. Whereas with my TIE pilot armor, it's a lot less. It's just the chest and the helmet, whereas TK is full body, so that's just a
Yeah,
lot. Um,
there
yeah,
is something
actually,
to be said for being able to sit down.
there's that as well. Yeah, actually, kind of funny story. Just fangirling over the Star Wars costumers, I actually do find that I'll be at a convention with my friends. We'll be in the change room getting ready, and then all of a sudden, like one of my friends is now dressed up as Chewbacca. I'm like, oh my God, it's Chewie, and they're like, chill out, Jen, it's just me. But it still feels so surreal. I'll be standing there as a Mandalorian, and I see all these stormtroopers walk by, and I'm just like, oh my God, they're stormtroopers, and they're like, dude, it's just me, like it's fine, but
But
really
it's
cool.
not you anymore.
Exactly. So I think that's just really fun. I think the whole like cosplay aspect of it is a lot of fun as well. So yeah, I don't know. So anyways, that was kind of what got me into it. But definitely so that's my reaction when I see Star Wars characters. And I see that from so many other people as well. When I'm standing there at the photo booth or walking around a convention, and I don't even want to just say like little kids see, Star Wars characters. It's little kids, it's adults, it's men, it's women, it's everybody. Just the reaction that I get, how excited people get when they see a Star Wars character is definitely really cool. And then the fact that you know that you're doing all this stuff, it's so much fun, but you're also doing it to raise money for charity is fantastic. So I feel like that's just a bonus. I feel like it's actually, I don't know, like I get to do all this really fun stuff and I get to help raise money. Like that's really cool.
Yeah. That's like I've said a lot, is it's knowing that we get to do something positive with our geekdom.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
because I mean, all of us, you don't become a costumer by accident. You start
Mhm.
out even as a kid putting the extra effort into Halloween, and we progress, and we own it. We're geeks, we're nerds.
Mhm.
But when you find that you can actually do something positive with that, it's like, wait a minute, I can be a Star Wars or insert whatever fandom, have a really awesome costume, go to a con, but also maybe I can go do some other things. And I think you've done a couple, and I've done a couple. Go visit a kid in a hospital
Mhm.
and do something positive.
That's just a bonus, right?
It makes it, but it's that bonus that makes it worth it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I know we're in an entirely different world now, where face to face is not happening as much, but we're
Mhm.
here's hoping for a better 21. What event are you looking forward to most when we can truly have big events again?
I mean, I love going down to Seattle for Emerald City Comic Con. Um, but one of the events is kind of well, it's not small, but it's not a convention. But one of the events I'm really looking forward to, which also just happens to be my favorite troop I've ever done, it's called Take Flight. So what it is, throughout the year, money is raised by Dreams Take Flight, and then shoot, I can't remember. I think it was in like January, February, when I got to of 20. Unfortunately, it wasn't this year, so it was of 2019. Um, what we got to do was actually dress up, and we were in an airplane hangar that had a bunch of different costumers. There was a lot of Star Wars costumers. There was Disney princesses. There were firefighters, police officers, paramedics. And what we did, it was about maybe like 3 a.m. that we had to be there. And so these parents would bring their kids. Yeah, the parents would bring their kids. So they were sick kids who, really couldn't get out and do things very often. So what they would do is the parents would bring their kids in, and there was they would see all of us and just be like, oh my god, like what's going on. And basically what the purpose of this is that it was to bring these kids to Disneyland for the day. And this is coming from BC, Canada, so
Yeah,
that's
that's
why we had to like get there super early in the morning, because I think their flight left at like 6 a.m.
oh
So
wow.
yeah, but it was amazing just the looks on their faces when they came in and they're like, okay, so what's going on? I see all these Disney princesses, these Star Wars characters. And then there was these tables set up where they could pick up, they each had their own backpack, which would have they had little digital cameras in it. They had autograph books. So for the next couple hours we hung out with them and they took pictures with us. We got to sign their autograph books, and then they all just got in the shuttle and then went to the airplane where they got to go to Disneyland for the day. So it was just a really, really rewarding trip.
That's
um,
awesome.
yeah, I thought that I'd be absolutely exhausted being what time it was in the morning, but honestly, you're just so energized just by how excited these kids are that, just it gets you through through the middle of the
That's
night. So
sounds like an awesome troop.
yeah, I
That
really
makes me
can't.
happy.
Yeah, it made me really happy too. It was so much fun. So
So on a more personal side, what are your goals? Your next goals. I know you said you finished your kit in 17,
mhm.
and so we're gonna see a V2, a V3.
Yeah, absolutely. So I started working on another kit about 2 years ago. Um, I don't know what happened. My motivation just wasn't there as much. I think I was more focused on trying to help other members out, that I just put mine on hold. And it actually wasn't until everything shut down. So my work shut down mid-March, and I was off work for about 2.5 months. And during that time, I was like, okay, well, I played a lot of video games. Um, I don't know. I went hiking with my mom, but then I just, I needed something to do more than that. So what I did was I started reworking on my second kit. I decided to repaint the entire thing, and that just got me motivated again to just continue working on my second kit. So that's done. or almost done. Sorry, my vest is finished now. I got one of actually my Russelor. She ended up making that for me, and yeah. So I think I'll just have to put all the pieces together, really. Other than that, yeah, just trying to help other members, just trying to grow the clan. Yeah, for 2021, oh my goodness, just trying to get back on track with all the conventions again, just try to get stuff set up.
Coming down here.
Yes. Oh, obviously I'm gonna visit. Yeah, no, I'll be visiting for sure. Yeah, there's a few conventions I actually want to check out there that I haven't been to yet. So I've been to Emerald City, obviously. I got to go to Washington SummerCon last year. That was actually
the one I was saddest about being canceled this year.
Washington SummerCon.
That
actually
was so much fun last year.
It really was. I've never been to anything like that before. I think sitting front row at the Tamora Morrison panel was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, when one of the somebody asked him a question about like, oh, how did it feel wearing the armor? Like Jango Fett's armor, like, was it really heavy? What was it like? He actually just stepped off the stage, and myself and another member, another official member that was sitting right next to me, he kind of was like, oh, probably similar to, you know, what these guys wear. So that was just really cool that he acknowledged us. Senpai noticed us. It was great.
I know being a merc for you is also, it's not something that you're alone in. I know it's kind of a family affair. So what's that like?
Are you
promoting some people?
Sorry?
I said we're going to talk because you are one of the few people I know that has another family member that troops.
Yes.
Specifically a sibling, but you're the only person I know that has a twin that troops.
Oh wow, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, so when I first started going to conventions years ago, my first convention was I think like 8 or 9 years ago or so. And my first cosplay was Ash Ketchum, because I'm also a huge Pokemon fan. I know, right? Huge fan of Pokemon. So I used to do a lot of cosplay before Star Wars clubs, before getting into them. So I did Ash Ketchum, I did Harley Quinn, Ahsoka Tano, but that was years and years ago. And so my sister used to come to conventions with me. She never actually dressed up, and she really wasn't into cosplay at the time, but we would walk around together, and she unintentionally became my handler. So people would come up to me like, oh my God, I need to get a picture of you. And my sister would just look at me and be like, okay, fine, give me your phone, I'll take the picture. And she'd hold my stuff. And so that went on for years and years, until finally one year she actually decided she wanted to start dressing up. And so she did some Final Fantasy cosplay. She did what was it? She did a Doctor Who cosplay as well. And then, you know, she kept saying, she's like, oh, you know, like, I think she saw how hard it was to actually build the costumes for the mercs and just having to put them on like layer by layer. And she was like, oh, I could never do that. And then, you know, I'd always bug her, oh, you should. You just make a kit. And then finally one day she decided she was going to. So she's actually on her second kit now. She got approved last November. And then she's already on to her second kit. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, obviously, like, we're twin sisters, we butt heads, but it's a lot of fun. And our colors are very bright, because I have my purple, teal, and blue. She's pink and yellow, so she's the hashtag Sherbet Mando. So yeah, she's even got a nickname as well. I know. Yeah, no, it's cool though. It's a lot of fun. She basically went from handler to being a costumer as well.
That's the way to hook them.
Absolutely.
That or a barbecue. All right. So before we move on, is there anything specific or anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. Everybody in Wasu'ran clan, they're pretty awesome people. They've helped me out so much. Actually, huge shout out to Cruiser, actually. So yeah, I know, right? I shouldn't be like building his ego, but no, for real. When I first became Alor'ad, before I even became Alor'ad, when I was just talking to Cruiser about you know, creating Wasu'ran clan, I was really nervous. I knew I was going into it as Alor'ad, and I had no idea what to do. Like, you basically you're all of a sudden this group leader, and you have to know all the things. And so I was constantly messaging him like, okay, how do I do this? How do I do that? And so he was really helpful with all that stuff. So yeah, shout out. Also, obviously, to Zoph, my old regional commander. He's still one of our OMs. but yeah, as a regional commander, he just got me into it. He helped me build my first kit. And yeah, no, it was really awesome. He helped take a lot of my photos as well as my best friend Mika. But yeah, Zoph was just really there for me to help build everything and also talk me into it. So yeah.
It hooked you with that barbecue.
Absolutely.
All right, now comes my favorite part.
Oh no.
The lightning round. So, lightning round is, like I said, rapid fire. I'm going to give you an either or situation or either or question.
Okay.
And you have to give me an answer. I'm going to start easy.
No.
First question everybody always gets: Boba or Django?
You know what? I'm going to go Django.
Yes. X-Wing or TIE Fighter?
TIE Fighter. Easy
Okay.
peasy.
Millennium Falcon or Slave One?
Oh man. Millennium Falcon.
Han or Lando?
Han.
Leia or Rey?
Leia.
Mando or Boba?
As in the Mandalorian from the new
As
series?
in the Mandalorian, yes.
I'm gonna go Boba.
Boba, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the final question: Sail Barge or Sarlacc?
Sarlacc.
See, lightning round's easy.
Okay.
It's just fun.
That's fair.
That actually evolved from the first one of these that I did. I was trying to get my guest to relax. You know Sarah.
Yeah.
She was so...
Aw.
So I was like, okay, just give me answers. And
yeah.
that finally got her to relax a little bit, so I've kept that in. So
yeah,
that is the lightning round.
Nice. Easy peasy.
All right. Anything you want to cover that we might have missed, or?
No. I mean, well, actually, sorry, just something really quick. Just kind of, I mentioned earlier. Sorry,
This is your time.
Something I did want to mention is that the cool thing about British Columbia and the Star Wars clubs is I think that we're actually one of the few like clans that work together with all 5 sister clubs work together. So there's the 501st, Rebel Legion, Saber Guild, and Droid Builders. We actually do most of our conventions together. We work really, really well together. We plan our conventions together. So huge shout out to Outer Rim Garrison, Falcon Base, Rebel Legion, oh my goodness, Saber Guild, and the Droid Builders Club here. They're all fantastic, and I'm so proud that we can all work together so well. But we don't even have to think about it anymore. We get together like right away. If someone's invited to something, we invite the other clubs just because we know we work together so well. So huge shout out to all those other clubs and for being so welcoming and kind of turning this into like a big family unit of Star Wars nerds. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
So, parting shot, what would be, if you could give one piece of advice to up and coming or prospective members, you give us that tidbit of knowledge.
I would say just keep going, even when it seems really hard, when it seems so overwhelming, when you're looking at it right from the very beginning and everything seems so overwhelming and there's so many lists to get done, just keep going with it. It's not as big as it seems, and reach out to your fellow clan members. Like, we are absolutely here to help you. That's what we do. We want to see more members. So obviously we're going to take our time to help you make an amazing kit. So yeah, just don't give up.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. I've enjoyed spending some time with you this afternoon.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm Baelin Halon, and this has been Off the Tusk.